Hello and welcome back to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. As I record this, it is Christmas Eve. I still have a few hours before midnight, and I have time to clean out the garage and buy something else. So, the last car I think you all may remember having seen is this Roadrunner. This is the Roadrunner with the 6P engine. The Roadrunner 440, fully upgraded to 656 horsepower for a total of $85,000. This is less valuable. This is less valuable than the Hemi Roadrunner. This color is the factory color. I thought I might revisit that and paint it some other color, but since this is just one that I bought to rebuild and sell for a profit, I decided to leave it and let the new owner decide what they want to, if they want to change the color. I did change the wheels, because the wheels that the Roadrunner comes with is the Rim Atlanta, which is one of the in-game cars, and I don't particularly... It looks alright, but I like this better on this car. I'll just shoot this one out the door. Now that one over there is a Reptilia R2. This, however, is just a supercharged one, and as you can see, it isn't finished. I finished the other cars that I had. This one I decided to wrap it up later. It came with a non-supercharged engine. I may go ahead and build it with the supercharged V8, just for fun. It makes it a more exciting car to drive, I think, with a supercharged engine in it. So these two over here are a bit different. I found both of these in the junkyard together. That one over there is a Dodge Challenger Hellcat. This is only the second one of these I have ever found. It came with the black as the factory color. No, I'm sorry. The factory color was kind of a slate gray. I blacked it out, and this is a livery, of course, the red stripes, but it looks really, really sharp. I actually pulled I have a Hellcat like this that I kept. I'm not sure how long ago it was. A few months ago, I guess. But I pulled that car out to compare it side by side with this one, and they are exactly the same. 1,110 horsepower, and the value and restoration bonus on both cars is actually the same, even though the mileage on this one is only 3,200, and the mileage on my car is like 1,900. I thought it was interesting that that one had so much more mileage on it, but they built out identically, essentially. Of course, my car is all red, and this one is black and red, with the black with the red stripes. I actually kind of noodled with the idea of keeping it. See how many of these I can accumulate. But I think one is enough, so I'll go ahead and sell this one. And that's $379,000. And this car, this is a Mustang Fastback 2+2. It has a back seat in there. But you'll notice that it's orange. And it actually says here, Ford Mustang 2+2 Fastback Special Color. And this color is the factory color, this orange. And look at the value on this thing. It's nuts. It's almost $500,000 for this car because it's orange. I mean, because I have built out this exact same mod, but without the special color. And this one is crazy expensive. Without the color, it's only like 45 or 50 grand. So it's really bizarre. But I'm happy to sell it for... What are we getting here? $479,000. I'm happy to sell that all day long. Especially since I have like 4 Mustangs in my collection anyway. So now the housekeeping is done. We can go to the junkyard and try to find something else. Okay, here we are. I don't see anything. Oh, look. There's another one of these. And it's purple. I wonder if it's a special color. Oh, no. This is the Salem Spectre, so this is the in-game car. Oh my god. Okay, that's a Porsche 914. This is yet another Chiron. $500,000. I'm going to buy you and I'm going to stash you. This is, I think, a Porsche 918. It's got the V8 twin turbo. That's the Maserati engine. I think I did one of those. I didn't think it was. I think it's a lit car, and that's a GT350, isn't it? GT350R. Pretty sure I'd done that. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, I walked past this, but it's not anything I'm particularly... Somehow I came right past this when I saw I was looking at the Chiron sitting over there. What do we want to do here? I'm not really particularly enthused about anything here, except maybe this. Alright, let's, I mean, this is not a bad car to do, but I really would like to do something more interesting. And here we are for take 2. God, what do I have to do to find a GT40? I haven't seen a GT40 in so long. Is that an RX-3? Yeah, it's an RX-3. That at least has the virtue of being unique. Police car, Skyline. 2 cars. There's only 2 cars in here. I didn't miss anything, did I? Alright, I guess we're resetting it again. And take 3. That looks like a 370Z? Yeah, it is. What else? Yikes. This is an Esprit, which I have not done. And that's an Elise, which I have. And this, of course, is a Zonda. Yikes. Get nothing for so long, and then we hit the mother load. What are you? Porsche 944? Yep. And this is a Porsche Carrera GT. We're going to be buying a lot of cars here today, boys. And this is an in-game... Oh no, this is... Okay, this is one I haven't done. This is a different 350. I haven't done this one. So that's something else. Is this another 370Z? Wow. I only have space in the garage for 4 cars at the moment. This is a Celica. These are both the Nismo 370Z. That's the slightly higher end version. Oh wow! So I'm going to be buying a whole bunch of cars here. I think the Esprit here will be the focus of today's enterprise. Oh no, it's not an Esprit. It's a DeLorean. I don't know what the heck I was... People are probably looking at this and going, what the hell is he talking about? That's not an Esprit, it's a DeLorean. Don't remove interior. I did a DeLorean. I actually have a DeLorean, a regular DeLorean like this that I saved in my parking, as well as a carbon fiber DeLorean, but I don't remember seeing that don't remove interior before. Anyway, I'm not doing this. I've done a mound of I did a mound of DeLoreans. Definitely don't want to do that again. So I guess I'm going to buy... I was going to buy the Elise as well, but maybe I won't. I'm definitely buying the Zonda, though. Because the Zonda is nuts. I have to buy it. I think I'm going to buy these 370Zs. Maybe I'll do both of them. Oh, and the Porsche. Definitely buying the Porsche, too. This is another car that builds out to a nice payday. So I've got two 370Zs. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this car. So this car will be the one that we do today. And I will buy this other 370Z, and I'll set both of these aside for another time. It's probably going to make me put it in the parking, yep. Okay, that's good. Let's get out of here. I think we bought everything in there that was worth buying. Okay, let's do some work here. I have to shuffle some cars around. Throw that in the paint shop temporarily. I want to move... Let's move this over there. And we'll move this over here. That's the main workstation. And we'll move this there. Gonna have to... I can't put this anywhere else at the moment because it's not drivable, so it can't go... Yeah, I can't put it anywhere where it would need to run. So I guess I have to move it temporarily over there because I'm going to need that space later. Alright, let's clean up some cars here. Alright, so let's do a quick cosmetic cleanup here. Get all these things looking relatively like cars again. never can remember how many R's there are in this. It's like 2 R's and then 1 R. Yes. There we go. 100% body. I like when the body is 100%. It really could be taken multiple ways, couldn't it? I didn't. Oh, boy! For a second, I thought I threw that into my parking. Then I'd have to go find it again. Okay, we'll leave that car sitting for now. The Zonda, at least, doesn't have as many body parts. It's like the doors and windows and the clamshell, and that's it. Oh, for frick's sake. I'm trying to click on stuff, and it's like, no, you can't have it because you're not in the engine bay. It's almost weird to build a Pagani engine in an actual Pagani car for once, since so many of the mod cars use the Pagani V12s. Need to get up there for the radiator. Wait, what is that? Fan housing B? Remember that. Why is it not letting me click on it? Come on now. There we go. I wonder what that's like for the ordering. I mean, imagine, the Pagani factory and wherever they are, Italy, I assume, and they get an order all of a sudden for like a complete set of body parts for a Zonda coming from somewhere in the U.S. and they probably are like, "What the hell is this guy doing? What car does he have?" Or they might just not care. Somebody just paid us a whole bunch of money, let's ship the stuff out. I think that engine is just it's a block and a crankshaft and a couple of pistons. So that's going to be a full rebuild of an engine there. Well, not a full rebuild so much as just a full build. Might not even be worth it to even repair that stuff. Just throw it away and buy all new parts. Let's paint this thing too, so it looks more like a car at least. That actually looks pretty neat. It's kind of a... I think that with that color thing topped out like that, it would be white ordinarily, but with the carbon fiber texture, it looks kind of silvery gray. Okay, that car is all cosmetically fixed up. This is actually pretty good. I mean, $280,000 there. And $140,000, so it's $420,000 between these two, and they're not even, I mean, they're just cosmetically fixed up. They're not drivable, obviously. One of these cars I paid like $500,000 for, or was that one of the ones I didn't buy? I don't remember now. So this one will be interesting because it's going to have all the modded parts. So I'll have to be careful to make sure to get the right ones for the car that we're actually building. Sorry, I tried not to be all herky-jerky with the mouse, but it got away from me there a little bit. Looks like it just uses the regular Mustang seats. I don't see ABS anywhere. What in the heck did I type there? Okay, that's radiator fan housing. Oh, there's going to be a fender or something that goes in there. And there isn't one on this side either. I remember I've worked on a couple of different versions of this car. I remember that there's something that goes into that slot. Not tank. Okay, so now do the exhaust. And it was pipe V8A, which unfortunately we don't have there. Alright, starting to look like something now. So now we're going to have to figure out exactly what things to get, and it looks like the headlights I had are just the standard headlights. Yeah, left and right headlight. So what else do we have? Left body window. So the body windows are the same. What about the rear window and the front window? Let's see. Front window. Front window and rear window are the same. And I'm going to assume that the door windows are also just the plain ones. And what about the door? Hood C, trunk C. Oh wait, I can just put those on. What about the doors? Are the doors just the regular doors? Left or right door? Yes, they are. So right rear fender C, front left fender C. So all the fenders are fender C. That's left rear. Alright, it's really starting to look like something now. What about the door mirrors and the door mirrors and the front and rear bumper? Okay, there's right side mirror, left side mirror, rear clamshell C. It's a big old wing. Okay, what bumper is that now? Rear bumper C, front bumper C. And did it say front end C? I think it did. Yeah, rear bumper, front end, and front bumper C. Is this even like a street legal car? I'm thinking it isn't. So what am I missing here? Front clamshell E and engine cover. Front clamshell E. That's like the back seat. Engine cover. I'm gonna have to move it to where I can open the door. No, not that. I want to move the car. Does it even have something you would call a back seat? Doesn't look like it does. I mean, it looks kind of like it looks like it's sloped, but I wouldn't call that a seat. Can't tell. It looks kind of like it's contoured like a seat, but obviously it's not a seat. So it has 2 black stripes on it. I want to go with that. I like that. This blue is pretty good too. I like this blue. It's got plates on it. I mean, it's got front and back plates, but it doesn't really look like a street car. Is this engine one with just a... Yep, it's a block and a crankshaft, and that's it. Okay, cool. So I guess we'll be building this one from scratch. Although I do have a pair of V8 engine heads in my inventory that I've had for a few days now. I've been hoping for a card that I can use them on so I don't have to sell them back at a loss. And this may be the one. Alright, now, let's go through these things, get rid of what we need to get rid of. Oh, don't you freeze up on me. I was zooming through there and it stopped, and it's like, oh no, don't lock up. Okay, so that was 2 rear shock A, 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of those. Got my brakes. Let's get our clutch parts. %, on that drive shaft is borderline. We might be able to repair it, we might not. What else? Hubs. And sway bar B. I didn't buy that last time because I couldn't remember which sway bar it was. I didn't pay attention when I took it off. Okay, what is left here? Try and repair the... No. Do I want to do those? 30 and 24? Looks like we repaired quite a bit. Didn't repair that though, unfortunately. I always like to try to repair the old gearbox even though I'm not going to use it, just because $50 for scrap as opposed to it sells for about $750 if repaired, and I prefer to get a little money back that way. Rear suspension arms, rear drive axle. I'm going to go with just, let's see, rear axle, no, getting myself sidetracked. Knuckle A. Repaired that crankshaft, that's nice. So those tires are 325/35. I thought about chroming the rim, but these are two-tone, black and bare metal anyway. I think that'll look okay. You know, this particular rear end is the most tedious to put together, but it is the most satisfying when it's done. It's just a work of art with all the fresh new steel in there. Gotta go get my other tire. Yeah, I think that works. I think crumbing the rim would have been a bit too busy. I think it looks okay like this. I think it looks pretty good with the two-tone black and bare metal. Click on that. Come back over here. Oh, look at that. The tie rod is not connected to the steering rack. Give you a nice view of the inside of the tire there. This kind of irrationally annoys me that the modder has done it this way, where the tie rod is not connected to anything, or at least it's not connected to the rack. It's connected to the steering knuckle, but not. It's connected to the outer tie rod, which is connected to the steering knuckle. I suppose for the game, it's the game, as far as it's concerned, it's all connected properly. But it looks bizarre. What have I not taken out? That. It's almost silly to use the engine puller to get out the block. Well, this is good. This is a supercharged V8, so I will be able to pretty much rattle off all the parts. I wonder if the supercharger is going to stick through the hood. I know it's front end link A. I'm not sure which front sway bar it is. Sway bar B, there it is. And then the hubs are all the standard stuff for the front end. That's not a front wheel drive. There's a hubcap and the bearings. Did I get my other? No, I didn't. There it is. So I can flush those. 12% and 13%. 13% on the rim. May not even get that one back. 6% on that one. Definitely won't get that one back. Well, we repaired the block. Didn't get either of those tires. Okay. I said tires, didn't I? I meant to say we didn't get either of those rims back. Of course we didn't get the tires back. Let's see, lower suspension arm. Oh, that's not enough. Because these are rim retro 17B, retro 7B19. And these are 325/35/19. Those things are like $2,200 for those tires. put in the only things that I actually have for that thing right now. Okay, I think I still have one more tire to balance. Let's go on a bit of a buying spree here. Wait, it's DOHC, so I need 4 of those. Which means I need cam gears, and I need timing belts. Timing cover. Need rollers and crankshaft pulley. I know this engine needs 2 of those and 5 of these. Need a belt tensioner and a crankshaft pulley V8. Need caps and rings. And coils. And a throttle body. I was there and I didn't buy the throttle. Let's go back and get that. Serpentine belt V8. And I need, I think, A, because B is replaced by the supercharger belt. What else have I not bought? Head covers. And it's going to be A and B. I'm trying to think. Did I, whoops. Sometimes when I come out of the store, I'm stuck with like the left button down. It's weird. I don't know why that happens. Did I buy a fuel filter? I didn't have one a minute ago. Yeah, I didn't buy a fuel filter. I am sure that I will come across something that I still need, but I think I bought very nearly everything that I need at this point to slap that engine together. We'll find out. Oh, I just realized, I just thought of something I didn't buy. I didn't buy an oil filter or an oil pan. So I need to get oil V8. It's going to be the yellow V8 oil filter, because the black one is for the overhead valve engine. Alright. It has gone from a hunk of junk to a car, even though you can't do anything with it at this point. But that's coming. Did I buy a gearbox? Yeah, I did. I was trying to remember if I actually... looking at that, I realize... I sidetracked myself because I couldn't remember if I'd talked to my... I knew I bought the transmission, but I talked myself out of it for a moment. And in the process of doing that, I forgot to get the oil filter, which I had just reminded myself to get. I just thought of something else I don't have. I don't have a water pump or a water pump pulley. That's okay. I won't need that until the front of the engine is ready to go on. When the timing cover goes on, then because it goes in that big hole right there. That's what reminded me that I needed the water pump. I'm so glad I hung on to these engine heads. I bought these by accident when I was working on another car that turned out to need the OHV V8 head, but I didn't want to just get rid of them because they cost like $1,500 a pop, and selling them back unused, you get like less than half of what you paid for them, which sucks. So I just have been sitting on them until I got a chance to use them, and here we are. Engine goes together nice and fast when you have everything for it. All right. I think we're all set. Yep, rule number 1, put oil in a brand new engine. And that should 100% the car. Oh, crud, 98%. What am I missing? Rubber bushing, huh? It must be the crossmember, yeah. That sucks. I haven't done that in a while. Let's check and make sure that there's nothing floating around in my inventory that shouldn't be there. Okay, now we're 100%. So let's test this thing now. We know the supercharged V8 is like an 1100, 1200 horsepower engine. Oh my dear God. What would doubling this be? 6, 8, carry the 1, 1586? 1586 would be doubling the power. So we're like 100 horsepower short of doubling the power that we started with. It's still crazy. I need to move one of these cars. Let's move you. Okay, so, well, it's clearly a race car, which I generally don't do. I'm generally not fond of doing race cars, because I always like to imagine myself as selling cars to people to drive on the street. You know, cool cars, powerful cars, but street cars. And this is pretty clearly a race car. But it's worth a nice chunk of change, so that'll be worth the time and effort. I think the interior is the same as the other various GT350s we've sat in. Okay, let's take her for a spin. Hopefully not a real spin. Okay, let's take a look at it outside. Yeah, the blue is... I mean, I still like the blue, but it's like a midnight blue. It's really dark. It almost seems like it should be flashier for the kind of car that it is. This is like a Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift kind of car. Let's see if we can keep it in a straight line. 188, topped out at 188. It tried to get away from me there a little bit, but I caught it and dragged it back. If I change the gearing, I could get it faster, but that's not really what I do. So let's go ahead and take this back, and then we can sell it and get on with our evening. Okay, cool. So we have completely rebuilt the car. We have sat in it. We've driven it. It's time to find out how much it's worth. 240,000, 200. So we're looking at 288,000 and change. That's not too bad. I mean, that's definitely the kind of thing I look for when I go to rebuild a car. So let's go ahead and shoot it out the door. We'll have to make somebody sign a release. If they kill themselves in this car, they can't sue us. Okay, cool, and that will wrap this one up. So, this one ran a little bit longer than I intended, and I apologize for that, but if you made it this far, I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. So next time, I'll probably move all of these cars out of here temporarily, because I have some other cars that I want to bring in here to work on tomorrow, and that will be my plan for then, I guess. But we'll see. That will be the up-and-coming thing. So, what did I say? I'm going to repeat myself. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you again for our next Junkyard adventure. So on that note, bye for now.